What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, we'll be focusing on the awesome Roblox programming language known as Lua. Now, Lua is just any and let me rephrase that. Lua is just another programming language from what you're used to. Like, say you use JavaScript or TypeScript or C++ or TagScript. Hello, Discord people. Well, Lua is a language that does stuff quite differently. Like, for example, in JavaScript, a const would set a variable. We use local for that here, and you can like just set functions whenever you want on JavaScript. But here we use local functions, and also on JavaScript you would use console.log to like send stuff. Here we use print or warn. Okay, so there is going to be a few places where you can find server scripts. The most common place in any game would be in server script service, and it would usually be called. Whoops, that wasn't meant to happen. But yeah, the most common place would be in server script service, and you might like see like core server or like game controller. So they mean the same thing pretty much. And you can also find server scripts where it just was in the workspace. The workspace is a less common place to find server scripts, but like you can still find them in there. And another pretty common one, instead of in server script service, you can find it inside of parts, like controlling the parts pretty much. Now, in this video, I was gonna focus on the basics of programming. So right now, in up here in the file place, make sure you're in the home tab. If not, click the home tab. Once you're in the home tab, click part and it'll insert a part. Drag this part a little bit away from the spawn location and rotate it like 90 degrees. Control R is the way to do it. And then anchor it. If your part's not anchored, it's kind of bad. Because, like, say you want your part up here and you want it to float. If it wasn't anchored and I were to hit run, it's gonna take a while. Um, it's kind of lagging. But yeah, your part would just fall right down. See how that did that? That's what you don't want. So you always want to make sure your parts are anchored. Because even if they are on the ground in this case, if they're unanchored, let's just like kick them. And when they get kicked, they can just go anywhere. Now, here's a very good. Whoops. Sorry, my microphone kind of did me dirty there. Here's a little common like way to use scripts. So for beginners, you'll see a lot of like local part equals script dot parent. You can say part dot brick color equals brick color dot new, and then pick your favorite color. I'm gonna do baby blue, and then if I were to run, the part would be baby blue. See, and then another really common thing you can see is like um local part equals script dot parent, and then you can do like part dot transparency equals 1. Now a quick warning moment here. Transparency is the part's pretty much like visibility or like how clear it is. So like transparency 0 means it's not clear at all, it's just completely visible. 0.1 means like it's kind of clear, not really. 0.2 same thing. 0.3 is a little bit more clear. 0.5 is like really clear. 0.9 is nearly invisible, like you almost can't see it. And 1 is just like you can't see it at all. So if I make it 1 in that script and hit run, you can't see it, but it's still there. And then you can also use parts for resizing. So you can do like this isn't what you would see beginners do, but like you can do script.parent and you can see like part dot size equals 4, 4, 4. But no, that's not how you see it. As you can see, it's underlined in blue. You have to do a vector three dimensional. Vector three dimensional is the best way to do it. The 3 stands for three dimensional. Now you have the option to make a cube or just set random properties. I'm gonna make a cube, so you just set them all to the same thing. And then when you hit run, and I think I have an error. Uh, Attempt to call a table value. Hmm, what's this all about? Okay, so let's check that out. So part dot size equals vector 3 dot 555. Now that was actually intended because I'm gonna show you exactly how our little friend the AI works. Now I'm not sure that's gonna work because it's an AI, but we can check and see it worked because it's a AI. So our AI friend, if there's an error, you can always count on the AI friend to help you. And also, um, whoops, that thing I used is called the console. The console is awesome. The console can show you every single one of your errors. Like literally, like the console is just insane. And then, well, you're familiar with the console if you use like JavaScript or like HTML. Actually, yeah, JavaScript and HTML. And then keep that variable right there. We're gonna need that. And then another common thing you can see is local part two equals part colon clone. And then if you hit run, let me explain. You can see I cloned the part, but I don't see it. What's going on? That's absolutely normal. If you can see, the part is in the workspace. But do you actually set the part to the workspace? You don't. So we can do part two dot parent, basically where it's located, equals the workspace. So the dot parent means basically it's like put it in the workspace. A better explanation would be like see how it says script dot parent. That so the script is inside the part, meaning the part is its parent, and the part is inside the workspace, meaning the workspace is the part's parent. So to get the workspace in this script, you would say script.parent.parent. Or an easier way would just be to use the workspace, but we don't talk about that. And then, um, we basically have part two dot brick color equals brick color dot new, and let's do really red to make sure so we know it's there. And then we can do run, and if we move that, we can see that the part got cloned. So we can fix this up a little bit. So we can say part two dot position equals part dot position plus vector 3 dot new 0, 5, 0. So now we can see that. Oh, whoops. Okay. Uh, Now that's not supposed to happen, and that is because we have this. So, as you can see, we have a little funny situation here where it just spams them. You can see it's like never ending. It's gonna keep going. Now we can actually fix this by saying just part dot position dot y plus 0.5. Actually, let's just do 5. I'm pretty sure this should work. Now, that's not very much higher than I thought. Probably because we have an error again. Oh, vector. Okay. I broke my own rule here. So we do vector 3 dot new 0 5 0. Um, what the heck is going on? The point is, let's say you clone apart. My brain is not working today. Okay. Now, let's say you want the part to turn colors when clicked. Now that could be pretty simple. You can like local click detector equals instance dot new part, and we can say click detector dot parent equals script dot parent. Now, basically we have that, and then once we do that, we have this stuff. We do like click detector dot mount that um oh whoops, it's gonna be a new click detector, and then click detector dot mouse click colon. Now you could have two extra lines of code, or you can just do it the lazy way and just add it, and then you can do script dot parent dot mouse click. So now we have to set our part to actually script dot parent dot parent. Then you can connect a function, and then you enter, and then you say part dot brick color equals brick color dot new, and then you do um let's do burnt sienna because why not? And then let's see. When I click this part, it should. By the way, for this you do play. You don't do run. So what you do is you see how mine says play. Change yours to play too through the drop down. And then when you click the part, it turns brown or burnt sienna. And then you're like, oh, how can I click it even more? I don't like that. And you're like, script.parent.enabled, but wait, you can't disable a click detector. Now, there's a way. You can rather destroy it, and that makes it so you can't click it anymore, obviously. But say you want to add on to this script, because the script is in the click detector. Well, you can just do it like script.parent dot max activation distance equals 0, meaning you cannot activate it anymore. Okay? Pretty simple. So now, when I play, make sure it's on play, not run. When I hit play, I click it, it's brown, and I can't change it anymore. I can't do anything anymore to change it. I can't do anything at all to change it. Now I hit stop. Now say you want something a little bit silly, right? Like say you wanted so when you click the part, it explodes itself. Well, there's a thing for that. You can say local explosion equals instance.new explosion. The reason we don't add it the lazy way just like that, it's because that only works once. We want it to work on click. So we do explosion dot parent equals workspace, and explosion dot position equals part dot position. See? And then we do part colon destroy after that. And then, as you can see, if I were to click the part, if it loads, then it'll explode itself. Pretty cool. Now, enough with parts for now. Let's focus on more coding, like, excuse me for a second. Let's focus on more coding, like, um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, coding more stuff, like, centered towards when the player chats something. So instead of script service, insert a script and say, okay, sorry, my microphone was a little bit away from me there. If you didn't hear me, I said insert a script into the server script service. So you do game dot players dot player added, connect it into a function, and then say player. Like you say player dot chatted, connect it into a function, and pass the message or MSG. And if the message is equal to hello, then let's destroy the spawn location. Okay, now if I were to type in chat hello, then there goes the spawn location. Now, I'm pretty sure that's enough for today. In the next episode, I'll be describing a little bit more stuff on programming. Today was just like the basics. Tomorrow we'll work a little bit, well, not tomorrow. Next video, we'll work a little bit more centered towards scripts and server script service, and we'll generate a health system that displays through UI. Because say you like want to see your health, but you can't really um do it through UI. We'll do that. So thanks for watching. If this helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe. And just a heads up, in the comments, please don't put stuff like it's not working, it's wrong. You would be wrong because you just didn't watch the video close enough. And I'll see you.